Hey, it's J.O.E. Big Joe behind the camera, the quirky kid from Queens, coming at you with another episode of Storytime Saturday. That's right, Storytime Saturday, the best Storytime series on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and everything else that anybody could imagine. And this week's story goes back to 1996, around this same time, 20 years ago, and it pertains to a certain then WWF moment called the Curtain Call. It was a WWF house show, and the main event was Shawn Michaels versus Diesel for the WWF title in a steel cage. And not a lot of people knew at that time, because then you didn't have the dirt sheets you could look up on the internet, because the internet wasn't that big, that Kevin Nash, Diesel, and Scott Hall, Razor Ramon were leaving WWF for WCW. So this wasn't planned. They didn't tell anybody they were going to do this. That after Shawn Michaels beat Kevin Nash's Diesel, Triple H and Scott Hall, Razor Ramon came out to the ring. They all got inside the cage together and started bowing to the crowd and giving each other hugs, and it became known as the Curtain Call. Shawn Michaels stayed on top. Hall and Nash went to WCW afterwards. Triple H was the only one who really got himself in trouble, because he was the newer guy at the time, and he had to work himself back up. But, eventually, that just became a moment, because nobody knew it was whether it was scripted, not scripted, whatever. But yeah, that's that story, and I was actually there to see that, because I had gotten the tickets to that house show as a present for my confirmation in 8th grade. And I was like, going, my uncle, what are they doing? What's up with that? Is this part of the show? I was like, I know it's scripted and whatnot, but I don't think this is part of the show. Why would they do that? Or, two good guys, Kevin Nash and Diesel and Shawn Michaels, or Kevin, two good guys, whether it was, I think it was Nash and Razor, Nash and Hall, so Diesel and Razor get in the ring and do this with Shawn and Hunter, the two bad guys, and do that, and everybody's kind of wondering, trying to figure it out, like, oh my gosh, is this real, is this scripted? And then eventually, years later, it came out that they pulled this off without anybody knowing, and that's the Curtain Call video. See you next week.